Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this pub slash bar slash place somebody would go if they wanted to buy themselves a drink. If you do enjoy city builds like this, guys, please do remember to smack that like button on this video. It really does help me out and it inspires me to make more things like this. You guys have been asking for this one for quite a while and I have finally delivered. And legend has it that if you do smack that like button, a bouncy castle will appear in your back garden tomorrow morning. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know whether it'll happen. I can't guarantee it. I'm not going to be the one that puts the bouncy castle there, but it might happen. It's worth clicking that like button just for the chance that it might. If you enjoy the content, please do subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, say hello, and also click the little bell next to the subscription button, and then you can be part of the notification squad. I always try and say hello to you guys whenever I see you down there in the comments as well. Anyway, guys, this is the pub. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good on the outside. I've designed a little bit of a garden area out front where people can have a drink at the bench, and we also have a little bit of a beer garden out back as well. They actually kind of look mostly like this. I would have added some trees as well, but this particular pub is going to go in my city. I've even designed the interior too. It's not that fancy, but if we crack open the doors here, you can see that we have a nice bar area here. We have some stools so that if people want to sit at the bar and have a drink, they can. We have a little table here, and you know how in bars and stuff like they usually hang stuff off of the walls? Well, I figured I'd hang the Ender Dragon off the edge of the wall. We also have some more seats. We have an upstairs area as well where we can come up here and we can also do the same sort of thing. We can drink up here if we want to. We can have a look down and see what's going on down there. And yeah, guys, this is the bar. It's quite well designed, if I do say so myself, or at least I hope that you guys think so. And I will be showing you how to make absolutely all of it in this tutorial, no matter how long it takes. So with that being said, I should probably start this bit. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some hardened clay, some block of quartz, some dark oak planks, some dark oak stairs, some dark oak slabs, some stone brick slabs, some stone brick stairs, some white stained glass paint, and some wooden trapdoors. We'll also need all of the other materials that you can see in my inventory right now. You might want to pause this video, take a look at everything, and grab it all, and once you have it, you can hit play. And once you have all of your stuff, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, and I'm going to be making it right here behind my supermarket. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm going to let you know that this actual pub will fit in a 23, so that is 23 blocks coming across the front of the pub, by a 35 block area. So if you want to sketch out like a rectangle on the floor, kind of like I have, then it might actually help you out a bit. Now, if you do that, you're going to want to begin on the very first front left-hand corner block, which is this one. You want to count into the right, and you want to find the 6th block in. So this is the first block, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. You then want to count inwards, and you want to count in by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you want to place a hardened clay. You want to go right at that clay by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You then want to move inwards by 2. 1, 2. Then go right by 6 again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You then want to move back from this block by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you want to take this 10th block and you want to extend it across the back of the build until it is in line with where you very first started. And then you want to connect this shape front to back. So you want to have something which should look like that. Now, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we're going to do next. So, next thing we're going to do is, you see on the front here where we have this row of hardened clay. This is a row of 7. Well, you want to take the 3 middle blocks in your row of 7, which are these ones. You want to add another row of hardened clay on top of these 3 center blocks. Then you want to add 2 rows of glass on top of these. So that will be 1 row, and then that will be 2 rows of glass. Like that. Perfecto. Now, once you've got that sorted out, you want to come slightly over to the right. Here. So, where we have this area here to the right, where we have our row of 6, you want to knock out the 5th blocks and the 4th blocks in your row of 6 right here. This is where the entrance will be. So what you can now do is you can, we don't have one, but I'm using dark oak wood doors here, and I'm going to place 2 doors in this position because that's exactly what's going to be here. It's going to be 2 doors, and above those 2 doors we want to have white stained glass blocks, so we can't actually place them directly above the doors without using any sort of other block, but that's what we want to have. We want to achieve an effect that should look like this. And then, if you like, you can also place a hardened clay on top of the glass. Perfect. If you come to the back of the build, and if we come to the back and we come all the way over to the right-hand side here, you're going to want to take from this back right-hand corner, you want to move in by 1, you want to knock out this block, and this is also where a door is going to be. So if you want to knock that out and place a door in there instead, then feel free. Now, the point of doing that is that once you've got all of that placed, you can now add rows of hardened clay on top of the base of hardened clay. So you can now go up on top of every hardened clay block that we now have, and you want to go up on top of them by 3. That's 1, 2, and 3, like this. And you want to go all the way around, and you want to make sure that every single hardened clay, every single one that you can see, has 3 hardened clay blocks on top of it. And this will just make up the base of our pub. So you'll see once this is done what we've got going on here. So it's going to take a second or 2 because we do have a slightly large-ish base. We do have a pretty big area to work with, but it will be well worth the wait. And if you like, by the way, just above this back door, you can always place some glass. I'll just use paint as a bit of a glass holder, or a bit of a placeholder, I should say, but we want to just go all the way around, and we want to have something which should look like that, which is perfect. Now what you can do is you can place a row of dark oak wood planks all the way around on top of the hardened clay, and this is going to be kind of where we extend the pub out from. So once you have the row of dark oak wood planks, what we now want to do is we want to have a row of upside down dark oak wood stairs that comes out in front of this row of dark oak wood planks. However, the thing is, we want to have dark oak wood planks in the corners of the dark oak wood stairs, and do make sure that they're upside down. So I'll give you a for instance. You can see here, we kind of want to have dark oak wood planks in the corners of the stairs, wherever you can see them. So you don't actually have to do that many, but it kind of adds a nice layering effect. So we kind of want to have something which should look like that, which is great. Also, by the way, underneath the windows on the ground floor, if you place a row of dark oak wood slabs underneath the windows, and upside down dark oak wood stairs next to the slabs, and then if you place wooden trapdoors next to the windows themselves, you get a pretty decent effect. It looks quite nice, if I do say so myself. And now that we have this part taken care of, we can now take the entrance. This is the main entrance. You want to, first of all, place a dark oak wood plank left and right of the main entrance. You want to place a dark oak wood stair on top. You then want to do an upside down dark oak wood stair on top of that. Then you can place another regular facing one. And then you can connect the top two stairs together using hardened clay, kind of in this fashion at the top. Later on, or we can even do this now, you might find that you want to have... Oh, we don't actually have the material. But later on, left and right of the entrance, I'm going to place some redstone lamps in here. I can actually do this now. I'm going to place redstone lamps in front of the entrance like this. And I'm going to place wooden pressure plates on top of them. And I'm also going to place signs around them as well, and it'll just give kind of a nice effect. It looks quite nice. It's a different way to do some lighting, so I don't know, it kind of does just look nice. But anyway, we're kind of deterred from what we were doing. Now we're going to need the block of quartz out, and we will need, I don't think much else from now on. Okay. So, now that we have kind of the next level taken care of, we want to do a row of block of quartz that goes all the way around on top of the upside down dark oak wood stairs and on top of the dark oak wood planks. So it wants to loop around and it wants to go up on top of the upside down stairs and on top of the planks, like I said. Oh, they're not. Yeah, they are planks actually. I thought they were slabs for a second. So we want to have this. Now we have to add in a few windows. So on the front, we have a window. It's in line where we have this window down below. So if you take this row of what should be 9, and you take the 3 center blocks of the row of 9, and you go up on top of the 3 center blocks by 2 rows with your glass pane. So do 2 rows of glass pane on top of the 3 center blocks. And then you can actually build up the window around this if you add 2 rows of block of quartz next to the window like this. And then directly underneath the window you can place a row of dark oak wood slabs with upside down dark oak wood stairs next to the slabs. And then you can place wooden trap doors left and right of the window, and it just gives a nice effect like that. Now if we come to the right here, and just above the entrance, we want to, where we have these 2 blocks of quartz that correspond with the entrance, we want to have 2 rows of glass stacked directly on top of the quartz. We want to place a block of quartz next to the glass. And then we want to have a similar sort of deal. We want dark oak wood slabs underneath the window and upside down dark oak wood stairs next to the slabs. And we want to have a wooden trap doors next to the window. So we want to have this sort of effect. And let me just check and make sure that we have no windows on the back. But you know what? You can add a window on the back if you want. Now this isn't in the original design, but if you add a window on the back of this place that is in line with, like, if you see the window on the front, have another window on the back. Now this is not designed like this at all. However, I don't see why we can't have a window on the back, just to make it look a little bit nicer and brighter. You could also have, you see the same small window that you have just above the entrance? I don't think that that would interfere if we had another window here on the back. But you know what, I can't be sure, because that we do have some stairs coming up here. But you know what, we'll add one anyway, and if it's in the way, we'll delete it later. But why not add another window here on the back? It just makes the building look a little bit more interesting, if nothing else. And like I said, I don't think it'll interfere with anything. And I really should have put more windows on this place. But it doesn't matter. We're building them in now. And of course, we want to also have our wooden trapdoor shutters as well. So there we go. Next thing we want to do is we want to build up on top of the row of block of quartz that we have going all the way around the top, and we want to do 2 rows of block of quartz directly on top of the row of block of quartz that goes all the way around. So you basically just want to fill in all the way in between the windows, and you want to add 2 rows of block of quartz everywhere. As you can see me doing now, very, very easy stuff. I don't really think it needs any more explanation than that. So add all of the block of quartz, and then once that's done, we will actually, because I think that we've done it yet, once that's done, we now want to add a row of dark oak wood planks on top of the block of quartz. And as you can see, we are now very, very quickly piecing together this building. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much just the roof after this, and the 2 little windows, which are a part of the roof. And then we've done the actual structure of the pub. But as you can see, it's looking quite nice as it is. Perfect. Now, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we're going to do next. So, next bit. If you come to the front top left-hand corner of the pub, you want to take this top front left-hand corner dark oak wood plank, you want to move in by 1, and you want to place a row of, it is, I do believe, a row of 7 block of quartz going right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, okay? Then we want to go up on top of the first blocks and the last block, each by 1. 1 and 1. Then we want to do diagonals coming up in between them until they meet in the middle. So we just want to do diagonal blocks of quartz coming up until they meet in the middle. Next thing we want to do is we want to take the 5 middle blocks of your row of 7 block of quartz and you want to extend them outwards. So that's the 5 middle blocks. You want to take the 1st and 5th block and you want to extend them up each by 1. 1 and 1. Then you want to extend them up by 2, my apologies, so you want to add an additional one on that. Then you can meet them in the middle diagonally, so you kind of want to have this sort of formation like this. And this is a window, by the way, so you can add white stained glass pane inside of this, like that. Hang on, wait, give it a second, almost done it. Perfect, done it. Underneath the window, that means that you can place your dark oak wood slabs with upside down dark oak wood stairs left and right. And on this particular window, we don't have enough room for shutters. So, once you've got that sorted out, this is what we're going to do next. We're going to come to the very back of the build, and we're going to do the same thing. So on the back of the build, we want to start from the back corner, this back right hand corner here. You want to move in by 1, and you want to have a row of, I do believe it's 7 block of quartz coming left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. You want to extend up the 1st and 7th blocks by 1, and then meet them in the middle, diagonally coming upwards, as we've already done once before. You want to extend out the row 5 at the bottom. You want to extend the 1st blocks and the 5th blocks up by 1. Then you want to connect them together diagonally. You can then fill this area in with glass, as I will attempt to do once again. Oh, come on. Oh, we did it this time. Then we want to place dark oak wood slabs underneath the window with upside down dark oak wood stairs just underneath the glass of the window. Like that. Now, once that's sorted out, things start to get a little bit trickier. They get quite tricky indeed, because now we have to build up the roof. The roof is the hardest part of this build by far, because it takes a lot of building and feeling the roof out as you make it. So let me kind of explain. So first of all, we're going to tackle the middle-ish part of the roof. So the part of the roof that runs front to back we're going to deal with first. So this window that we have on the front of the build, we want to place a row of, we want to do dark oak wood stairs that comes out in front of this window on the very left hand of the window and on the very right hand of the window. So we want to have dark oak wood stairs coming out like this. We want to do a row of stone brick stairs above this, except we want to have we want the stone brick stairs to kind of be in the center. We don't want the stairs to be at the edge. So can you see what I'm kind of doing here? This is so difficult to explain. So the best thing you can do is kind of just look at what I'm doing and then kind of just copy. We want the very top of the window here to we want a stair up at the top of the window. We also want upside down dark oak wood stairs placed underneath this window with a slab underneath the actual stair right up at the top. And the middle part of this roof, as I said, is actually stone brick stairs. So you can kind of extend these forwards or backwards, as the case may be. You can kind of extend these coming towards the back of the build. And you can connect the front and the back together. Although this will not be permanent, because we will have to mess about with this later. However, it will make it a little bit easier for now figuring out how the roof will be structured. So you can kind of actually just run each one of the stairs backwards. And do remember that the very edge of the roof is and will always be dark oak wood stairs. As a matter of fact, there's not very much stone brick stairs involved in the construction of the roof at all. It's pretty much mostly just this part right here. And we do also want to have the dark oak wood stairs here, right at the top of the back center window with a dark oak wood slab underneath the top middle part like this. And now you can see that we've actually connected the front middle part of the roof and the back middle part of the roof together, like the part of the roof, like I said, that kind of goes straight. Now what we want to do is this, and this is kind of tricky. So we want to take the center block of the left hand side of our pub, and just by looking at it I can tell that this is the center block. So the center block, you should be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in from either side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in from either side. So you know that that block is the center block. Now, if we move upwards and we take this dark oak wood plank, we can actually extend this center plank up, and we can extend it up by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that is as high as the dark oak wood stairs that we have at the front and back of the roof. So what we now want to do is we want to basically, this is so tricky. Okay, so I know how we can do this. If we take out our dark oak wood slabs and we come to the front of the pub, and if we do a row of upside down dark oak wood slabs just underneath the window at the front of the pub, and we extend the dark oak wood slabs out to the left so it's overhanging the left of the build by 1 row, and if we also extend the same slabs across the right of the pub and we make sure that overhangs the right of the pub by 1 row, then what we can do is we can actually do the same thing at the back as well. We can do a row of dark oak wood slabs that sits just underneath the window, and it overhangs the left hand side of the pub by 1 row and the right hand side of the pub by 1 row, like this. And then what we basically want to do is we want to, from these slabs that are kind of like positioned outwards, we want to do rows of dark oak wood stairs that come up. So maybe it'd be easier if we kind of like place a framework of block of quartz coming up, and we can have the block of quartz kind of like come outwards diagonally from the top of the row of dark oak wood planks that we place. So if we kind of form ourselves like a little bit of a quartz framework, we might have to delete it later, but that'll actually make it easier for us to then place the dark oak wood stairs across this, and we want to make sure that these stairs overhang the build by 1 row like this, but it also wants to connect to the middle part of the roof also. So we want to very carefully connect it to the middle part of the roof, as you can kind of see me doing here. I'm just connecting it, there we go. So it also wants to connect to this middle part of the roof. However, the dark oak wood is more dominant than the stone, so it just wants to look like this. And then we can just have a row of dark oak wood slabs that kind of runs backwards and it connects like that. So yeah, that looks pretty decent if I do say so myself. And then if we come up this other side, we want to build up the roof using the dark oak wood stairs once again. And I'm sorry that it's so difficult, like this is a pretty tricky roof to position, but it is quite logical if you do look at it. Like I'm sure that you'd be able to, you'd eventually figure it out, even if I didn't give you any instructions towards it. I'm sure that you kind of see what I'm doing. So, there we go, guys. You want to then just do that last row of stairs here, and then there you go. However, that isn't where it stops, this part of the roof. If we come over to the opposite side here, or better yet, if you take the top block of the row of dark oak wood planks that you place that cuts the roof in half, if you extend it across the build and you connect it down to the opposite end of the building, like this, and then if you use your block of quartz to just place a block of quartz left and right of that plank that you just connected to the top of the building, and then if you do your rows of block of quartz that kind of come downwards or diagonally, then that will once again help you figure out where the roof is actually supposed to be placed. As I said, the roof is definitely the hardest part of this building, and it'd be so much easier if the building was a different shape, but I like the shape, so. Now all we have to do, of course, is we just have to do the rows of dark oak wood stairs, and we will patch this together and we will make it work. We'll force it together if we have to, but this will work and it will look nice once it is done. But like I said, once this part's done, everything else is really quite easy. It's it just so happens that this part is really hard, and you know, once this is done, then we'll be fine. If you're making this on survival, then I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that you're playing that you're building this on survival. This is so much harder than it probably has to be. But there we go. We just got to connect this together, and then we're just going to connect this and patch this into the roof, because of course it does want to connect This does all want to connect together properly. It does want to feed into the center part of the roof. As you can see, we do want to feed this in, and then we can have a row coming across here. And then it does also want to overhang the side of the building by one row. And once we've done this part, we'll do the parts that are underneath the roof. Like, you know where we've placed the block of quartz? We can probably keep the block of quartz in there because we will form some sort of pattern using the block of quartz. So there we go. And we do also have to place a little bit of quartz just underneath the windows, like the front and the back, just to make sure that everything connects together properly, because that's actually quite important. But we're just going to place that there, and then that there. We're going to extend this across, and boom, there we go. And then we're just going to extend these over the side of the house, and there we are. We have the beginnings of a roof. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are just going to connect the bottom of the roof together, front to back, using dark oak wood slabs. And then you can kind of see, like, this is the roof. This is how it kind of operates. You can also connect the top of the roof together using slabs as well. We also want to have upside down dark oak wood stairs underneath each one of the overhanging stairs. So you just want to have them underneath each one of the overhanging stairs, as you can see here. We also want to have a little bit of block of quartz added in on the side of the roof. So we're just going to add a row of block of quartz at the bottom, and we also want a row at the top, like this. And we also want a row in the middle, like this. Then we can place white stained glass pane inside of the empty space, like this. And then we can have a row of dark oak wood slabs that kind of cuts it in half, like that, just to kind of give a bit more of an interesting effect. Now that that's done, let's head all the way over to the opposite end of the roof. Now, if we come to the opposite end of the roof, we kind of want a similar deal. So if we do a row of block of quartz at the bottom of the roof, and a row of block of quartz at the top of the roof, and then we cut in half, and then if we do white stained glass pane everywhere else, like this, then we want to connect the bottom of the roof together using our dark oak wood slabs, like this, and also at the top. And we can also cut that middle row in half using these slabs also. Then if we use upside down dark oak wood stairs, I guess we should have done this first. Upside down dark oak wood stairs underneath each one of the overhanging stairs, then we will have a pretty decent effect here, like that. Also, we do want to use the dark oak wood slabs to form a point to the roof at the top, like this. So actually, at the very top end of the roof, you want a facing dark oak wood stair like this. So you do want to form a point to the roof on each end. So using a mixture of dark oak wood slabs and using some stairs, you do want to form a point. Maybe we'll make it a bit pointier. So maybe we'll make it like, say, that pointy. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. And then we can connect the left to the right, and the very top center row actually wants to be dark oak, not dark oak wood, it doesn't want to be wood at all. It wants to be stone slabs. So we want to use these stone brick slabs here, just up at the top, to connect each end of the roof together. So from the front, you'll have something which should look like this. And if you come inside briefly, you'll notice that you have some empty spaces next to the front and back portion of the roof. You can use your block of quartz to fill that in. And you also see that we have a little bit of empty space in here, and we can fill this in using dark oak wood planks. And I see that we also have to fill the front to back portion in. Well, that can also be made dark oak wood slabs to kind of like fill that bit in, and to fill that bit in. And there we have a very, very nice looking roof. That is the roof pretty much completely taken care of. Nice and, well, I'd like to say nice and simple. It's not that simple, but there you go. Alright, why don't we make a couple of adjustments to this place now? So, now that the actual building's done, so this is the pub, we're now going to add a couple of things. So, first of all, there's a sign that hangs off the side of the pub. To make the sign, we need our coloured clays, we also need some oak wood fence, we also need an item frame, a flower pot, and we also need, I do believe, a dark oak wood slab, dark oak wood stairs, and we also need like oak wood slabs and maybe even an oak wood stairs. So hanging somewhere off the left hand side of this build, we're going to have a sign. So the sign will look like this. It's going to be one row away from the side of the building, and it wants to be a lime hardened clay, then a yellow hardened clay, then a lime. We want to place a lime under the yellow hardened clay. We want an item frame in front of the yellow hardened clay with a flower pot inside of it. We want to have a row of oak wood fence on top of this. We want to then have a row of oak wood slabs on top of the fence, and then we kind of want to connect things together to the right. So actually we can kind of like use a dark oak wood stairs in the center, and then we can kind of like connect to the right diagonally using our, there we go. Actually that works just fine. I wish this was one row lower actually, then that'd actually work a little bit better, but it actually does kind of work there. I mean, if we do just like connect this to the right like that, then it actually does kind of work there, but I would actually prefer it to be one row lower. I might change that a little bit later on, but that's how the sign works. It looks quite good there as it is. Next thing we're going to do is we are just kind of going to plan out where the walk path goes all the way around the building. So if we take out our stone bricks and we knock out the two middle blocks from the entrance, and if we knock out, and we want to do a row of what? It'll be like a row of 7 with our stone bricks. So starting from just in front of the entrance, we want to knock out a row of 7 coming out in front. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to knock out each of these, and we're going to have our rows of 7. Then we want to knock out an area of 2 going all the way around our pub. And this area of 2 wants to just stay one row away from the edge of the pub also. So just knock out a row of 2 going all the way around the pub, and we're going to stay one row away, and then we are also going to fill this in with stone bricks. Just to save the length of the tutorial, I'm going to speed this up slightly. There we go, and it's worth noting that anytime I speed up footage, it's probably best if you pause the video right after I've finished and you can kind of just copy what I've done. But there we go, we've kind of created a path that goes all the way around. Next thing I want to do is I kind of just want to extend this path outwards by another, let's say 2. So I want to do like another 1 and 2. I want to extend this outward path out in front by 2. I now want to use my grass block, and I want to use my wooden trapdoors. I'll also need, oh my god, where are they? Where are they? Oh, I also need my flowers. I want to use my oak wood slabs, so it's good I have them. I want my pistons. I want my wooden pressure plates, and I also need a power source. Okay. So, left and right of where we have this path, I'm going to construct little planters. So, I want to have 2 by 2 rows of grass blocks left and right of the outward part of this path. I want to place poppies on top of the grass, and I want to place wooden trapdoors going all the way around the actual grass. So, I just want to have nice little planters left and right at the entrance. It'll look quite nice. And it's actually quite important that they are one row away from the path going all the way around, and that's how you can figure out where they kind of go. So going left of this left-hand planter, I'm going to leave a gap of 1, and I'm going to place 2 oak wood slabs on the ground. Then, knocking into the grass, going left, I'm going to destroy 2 rows of free grass going left. I'm going to place a block of redstone in the empty space, and I'm going to place pistons on top. Then I'm going to place wooden pressure plates on top of those pistons to give a bit of a nicer looking effect. And I'll also place oak wood slabs on the opposite end, and that is just a seating bench. Then, leaving a gap of 1 going left, I want to create another little planter. So, again, it's just like a 2x2 area, using wooden trapdoors going all the way around it, and then I'm going to place flowers on top of the planter also, like this. And that is about as much detail as we are going to add on the front of the build. So once you've got that detail taken care of on the front, we can actually come to the back. So the back isn't completely dissimilar from the front in a few ways. So first of all, I'm just going to grab some oak leaves. We kind of want to create a beer garden on the back. The beer garden is 1 row away from the path of the back, and we're just going to use our oak leaves. And we want to have a row of oak wood leaves that is 1 row away from the path that we have at the back here. We then want to extend the end row of the oak leaves backwards, and we want to extend them back by, let me make sure that I'm actually getting this correct, guys. We want to extend it back by, we want to extend them back by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other end as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're just going to connect them together just right at the back, like I said. Now, we have to create a couple of benches inside of here. So, we just want to take the 2 middle blocks of our big rectangular shape, and we want to actually, you know what, we'll use some dark oak wood stairs. So, I'll place some dark oak wood stairs in this position on the left-hand side, just 1 row away from the centre of the hedge. Then I'm going to knock into the ground, and leaving a gap of 1, I'm going to create a 2x2 table in the ground in front of the chairs. I'm going to place pistons, and I'll place once again the wooden pressure plates. And then I'll place another set of seats here, just opposite that table. And then if I come to the opposite side, and I place chairs in the same position, and I leave a gap of 1, and then I do a 2x2 table coming up from the ground, then we will have a nice little table again, and then I can place dark oak wood stairs on the opposite end. I can then do poppies going all the way around the inside of this, and we also, silly me, we also have to create a little entrance way. So what I see in a lot of these beer gardens is I see like nice little wooden archways. So if we say line them up with the, where do I want to line it up with? I think I'll line it up with the entrance coming out of the back. So if I knock out this block here, so this leaves a row of 4 on this side, then I'm going to knock out the 2 to the left, the 1 either block to the side of it. Then I'm going to place 1, 2, 1, 2 stairs on either side. I'm going to place an oak wood slab on top, and then I'm going to meet that slab at the top in the middle. So now that I have an entrance to the beer garden, I kind of want another as well. So if we come to the other side and we leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, we knock out this block. Is it that block? Yeah, and then we knock out a block either side. Then we place oak wood stairs, 2 of them coming up from the block that isn't the centre block. We place oak wood slabs, like this. Oh, that didn't work, silly me. And we just kind of like create a nice little entrance like that. And of course we don't want to have any poppies. Well, we don't want to be standing on any poppies. And then we just have a nice little beer garden. We can also create a slightly nicer entrance at the back here, like if we use upside down dark oak wood stairs, like a mixture of upside down dark oak wood stairs and regular dark oak wood stairs, and then if we kind of like connect them together at the top using like dark oak wood slabs, and then if we destroy that little window and then place like hardened clay just in there, then we have an entrance that looks ever so slightly nicer, and it didn't take too much effort to make. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just about the outside. The only thing that we have left to do outside, just in case you're curious, is we just have to place a row of stone slabs that goes all the way around the outside. And this row of stone slabs, like I said, it goes all the way around the outside, except it doesn't want to be in the way of the two entrance blocks just at the front, and that will leave you with a nice, happy amount of space going all the way around the outside of the pub. It'll kind of like section things off. It'll kind of like set itself apart like it's living in its own little dome here, and there you go. I mean, now we have a pretty like nice looking outside of the pub. Next thing we want to do is this. So for the inside of the pub, I'm just going to destroy those doors because they're going to get destroyed anyway. For the inside of the pub, we have to remove the floor. It's not fun, not particularly. So I'm going to remove the floor, and at the same time, since I am going to be speeding this up, once I remove the floor, I'm going to make the edge of the floor oak wood planks, right? I'm going to make the very edge of the floor oak wood planks, kind of like this. And I'm going to make the inside of the pub floor red hardened clay. So if you can kind of see, I'm kind of going to do this. I'm going to make the edge of the floor hardened clay, oak wood planks, and I'll make the center hardened clay. I'm also going to be putting a little bit of a roof in. I'm basically just going to fill up and I'm going to seal in the second floor. So anywhere above the second floor windows, I'm just going to seal it in using dark oak wood slabs. I'm going to speed this bit up because this might take a little bit of a while. And there we go. So now we have the floor sorted out, and we have the second floor roofing situation sorted out as well. So, first thing we're going to do here is we are going to make the actual bar. So I'm just going to use like dark oak wood stairs for this and like dark oak wood slabs. The bar is situated, it's right at the front left hand corner of the building, and it comes away from the wall, and it comes away from the wall using 3 dark oak wood slabs, 1, 2 and 3, and you just want to leave a gap of 1 by the way from the wall. You connect that third slab down to the ground, then you want to use a row of, and we want to do a row of 6 going right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect that down to the ground. Then we want to leave a gap of 1, and then we want to place a dark oak wood slab connecting to the wall. At the back here, I'm going to use andesite, and I'm going to use a row of andesite to connect the back 2 slabs together. I also need some oak wood fence, and I'm going to place on top of the left hand andesite and the right hand andesite, and I'm going to do a row of 1, 2 oak wood fence coming up, 1, 2, and on the front 2 corners of the bar I want to do the same thing, 1 and 2, and I want to do 1 and 2. I want to do a row of dark oak wood slabs that comes all the way around the top of the bar. So it comes all the way around the top, it connects all of these together, and it comes all the way around the back too. Like this. Then I'm going to just connect the front of the bar and the back of the bar together on the right using wooden trapdoors. Then I'm going to use some furnaces and some brewing stands. I'm going to place a furnace right in the center with a brewing stand either side, and then I want to use flower pots and I want to use item frames, and I just want to place these above the brewing stands and the furnace, and these just look like drinks, like that. I also want to place some cups on the actual edge of the bar itself, and I also want to use like levers as taps. So these are like what the drinks would be dispensed from, those levers. I also want to use a mixture of pistons, redstone block, and I also want to use a little bit of wooden pressure plates, and I kind of want to create some seating. So 1 row away outwards from each one of the flower pots, I'm going to dig into the ground, I'm going to place a block of redstone, I'm going to place pistons on top, then I'll place wooden pressure plates on top of that, and there we have some seats. Now we do want to create, I think now would be the best time to put in the second floor. So this bar has 2 floors, as you might have seen right at the beginning of this video. So we're going to grab our stonebrick stairs, and starting from the back right hand corner, I'm going to have a row of stonebrick stairs that comes down diagonally towards the ground. I want to place dark oak wood planks left of the actual stone brick stairs. So we kind of want to have this sort of effect, kind of like this sort of like jagged diagonal effect coming down to the ground. I also want to take, you see where we have this middle bit on the, I'm going to get rid of all these materials. You see on this middle bit that we have right at the front of the bar, right in the middle, where it kind of like juts out a little bit? Well, I want to use dark oak wood slabs, and I want to connect this bit from the front to the back, and that is going to be like where the front of the bar connects to the back of the bar, and this is going to form the little bit of an area that we have up here. I'm going to use oak wood slabs, by the way, to fill in this area. So I want to make this area just oak wood slabs, and it just wants to be filled in with, well, I just said, like oak wood slabs. And I also want to leave enough room, of course, for us to walk up and down. So I want to be able to walk up and down. That seems like enough room, maybe even too much room. Maybe? Yep, okay, perfect. And I also want to use some oak wood fence, and I want to connect like the front of the build to the back of the build like this. And it might even be a bit of an idea to like build up the walls a little bit, just so that it, or maybe not, I don't really have to build up the walls at all. Maybe like this. Maybe build that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll have this come out up front, just out in front a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll have this come inwards, just a slight tad, and then we can always use our oak wood slabs here to kind of like connect things together. Adds a little bit of added detail like that. Yeah, that looks fine. And upstairs, this upper portion of the bar here, basically we just have a load more seats here. So all you want to do is you want to use a mixture of your dark oak wood stairs, and we just want to, now we also need some wooden trap doors once again. I think I actually just got rid of them. More stone pressure plates also work. We just want to place a couple of seats, so maybe like oak wood stairs, opposite facing each other, with like a fence in between, and then like a stone pressure plate on top. In the corner, I'm going to place a little bit of a booth, so I'm going to form a booth using red hardened clay, and it's going to be 4 blocks either side. Then I'm going to place dark oak wood stairs coming inwards, and I'm going to place an oak wood plank in the corner, and then I'm going to place oak wood fence here in the middle with stone pressure plates on top, and that will form a nice table. And then if you want, I mean these are all little, like, this is minutia, this is just little bits of detail. You can add like flower pots with flowers just here in the corners, and you can kind of do that wherever like that, and you can even add even more bits of detail if you wanted to. You can add like little wooden pressure plates and stuff on top of this part if you wanted to, but that might be a little bit too much for you. And speaking of too much detail, you could even add some wooden trapdoors here on the side, and that, I don't know, you can just add loads of little bits of detail like that. I'm also going to add a little bit of oak fence going around this area, and I think because that's irritating me, I'm going to use some dark oak wood slabs here to kind of like go around the stairs area. Yeah, like that. That's good. And this is kind of going to show where these stairs are, like this. That's great. And that's like the second floor. If you want, you can add paintings and stuff. I might do that in a little bit. Downstairs is a pretty similar deal. So downstairs, it's up to you whether you want to place additional tables and stuff, but like if you wanted to place like a table just underneath here, just underneath the stairs, you could just place like a single table, just like facing the wall, because somebody is apparently very unhappy, and you could just place, like, I was looking for the stone pressure plates, like a table just here in the corner. You could even have like a different kind of table. You could use I'm getting so lost with these materials. You could use like oak wood slabs coming out from the side of the wall here, and then you could place like dark oak wood stairs left and right here like that, and you could always place something on the table if you wanted to, and you could even place like wooden trapdoors, maybe like signs like next to the chairs, just to add a bit of detail to them. You can even add like another table here, like if we had a table, let's say like here, right next to the entrance boom, and then we can even add one here. And once again, like they can all be different, these tables, if you want them to. But this particular one, I kind of want to put the dragon head in here. So I kind of want to put like the dragon head here, just on the wall. That looks quite good. And everywhere else, I mean, it's just a matter of like little bits of detail that you personally might want to add. Like if you want to add specific paintings on the wall and stuff, then you can. I'm looking for a double painting, by the way. There we go. Like if you want to add paintings on the wall, then you can. Like it's kind of okay, can we have smaller ones? There we go. Like we can just add some paintings here and about. And if you wanted to, you could also add like, you know how like there's just like random stuff sometimes on the wall. Like you could just put, I don't know, like there you go. You can just put like things on the wall, and it kind of works. I kind of wouldn't mind another painting now that I spoke about it. Maybe like one here. Yeah, I mean you can kind of just keep going and going and going and personalize it and make it yours, but it's a really nice bar, I think. I think it functions quite nicely as a bar. I think it looks good. I think that it's laid out quite nice. I don't know what else to say about it. I hope that you guys like it, because that is the end of the tutorial. And for about an hour's work, you can have a really, really nice bar added to your world. And I don't think it's that hard to make. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoy longer tutorials where I show you how to make absolutely everything, give you some interior ideas and stuff, please do remember to smack that like button on this video. I'd really, really appreciate it. Do smack that like button. It helps me out no end. It really does. It is such a help to the video and the channel, you'd have no idea. If you do like the video, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Say hello. I'd love to say hello back. Also, do click that little bell if you do subscribe, because that does mean that you'll get all of my videos sent directly to your subbox, which is heavily important, as you guys know. You don't want to miss one, do you? Of course not. That'd be crazy. Also, do bear in mind that I do build lots of stuff on this channel. So not only should you suggest what you want to see next, part of the reason that I built this is because you guys were suggesting what you want to see next, but do also, if you want to check out all the builds, check out the card system and the description below. And that'll have loads of playlists in it. For instance, if you wanted to make anything else more city related, then you could check out the real world buildings playlist, and you'll find stuff like skyscrapers in there, and you'll find like townhouses, and you'll find post offices, and you'll find stuff like silly little things that you might not think of, like car washers, and petrol stations, and supermarkets, and you'll find all sorts of crazy stuff in there that'll show you how to help you build a nice little city or a town, or whatever it is that you might be working on. We have loads of stuff in there. We also build houses around here. We don't just build stuff like that. We build houses. You can see loads of them on the ground right in front of us. We have anything from suburban style mansions. If we flick down here, we have suburban style mansions. We have regular like British style houses. This is modelled on my own house. And we have some actual like more suburban style houses, more like American houses. And we have loads of them. I even have more than you can see on the ground in front of you. I have done loads of houses. Check out my house building playlist, my modern houses, my suburban houses, my wooden houses. If we take a look here at my public park, then you would find, again, more houses and more strange things that you could make. Like, you can see here that we have an eco house down here, and we have ourselves the ultimate survival house, and we have a modern tree house over there in the distance, and we also have a hobbit hole, we have a soccer pitch, duck ponds, a tennis court. We have all sorts of crazy stuff around here, and the craziest thing that I've ever built